Every summer, millions of families load up the cooler, head to the cookout, and watch the fireworks. And for a lot of parents, that sounds wonderful. But if you've got a child who covers their ears the second fireworks start, who spirals after eating poolside snacks, who's a completely different kid for days after the 4th of July, this holiday probably isn't the highlight of your summer. It's something you quietly dread. Here's what I want you to know right now. Your child's meltdown isn't a behavior problem. It isn't about being spoiled. It's not about your parenting. It's a nervous system problem. And the research finally tells us exactly why it happens and what we can actually do about it. This is for the parents who are exhausted from watching their child fall apart at events that are supposed to be fun, and who are ready to stop guessing and start understanding what's really happening inside their child's brain and body. Today we're going to connect some pretty big dots. We're going to talk about why red dye number 40 does far more than cause a sugar rush, and why the science on this is more alarming than most parents realize. Why fireworks and sensory-heavy environments are actually a neurological event, not just overstimulation. How those two stressors hit the exact same system at the exact same time. Why some kids fall apart while others are seemingly totally fine. And most importantly, what you can actually start doing right now to help your child regulate, not just survive these moments. We see this every single summer in practice. The parent comes in after the 4th of July and says, "We had a great morning," and then it just fell apart. Popsicles and sports drink at the cookout, fireworks that night, and within minutes, their child is screaming, inconsolable, completely unreachable. Sleep is off for days, behavior is elevated, everything feels harder. And what surprises most families is this: nothing went wrong in the way they think it did. A landmark randomized clinical trial found that artificial food colors significantly increase hyperactivity in children across all age groups, not just kids with ADHD. This led to warning labels in the EU and further regulatory attention here in the US. And a 2021 review confirmed that those dyes can cross the blood-brain barrier in developing children and directly affect neural signaling. That red popsicle at noon wasn't just sugar. It was a chemical priming the nervous system for overload hours before the fireworks even started. Let's break that down further. Red dye number 40 is the most widely used artificial food coloring in the United States. It's everywhere. Popsicles, sports drinks, candy, ketchup, fruit snacks, flavored yogurt, especially at summer events. But this isn't just about hyperactivity. Red 40 has been shown to trigger neuroinflammation, disrupt neurotransmitter function, and increase intestinal permeability, what many people refer to as leaky gut. And here's where this becomes deeply neurological. About 80% of vagus nerve fibers actually carry information from the gut up to the brain. So when red 40 disrupts gut function, it directly disrupts how the nervous system regulates. This is not just a food issue, it's a neurological issue. Now layer that with what happens at fireworks. Think of the autonomic nervous system like an air traffic control system. In a well-regulated system, sensory input flows smoothly. The brain filters what matters and dampens what doesn't. But a 4th of July celebration is full of sensory assault. Fireworks hitting 150 plus decibels, sirens, crowds, flashing lights, smoke, heat, and disrupted sleep schedule, all at once. If a child's nervous system is already dysregulated, if the gas pedal is stuck down and the brake pedal isn't working well, that level of input creates a massive neurological traffic jam. That's when you see meltdowns, shutdowns, or attempts to escape. Covering ears, refusing to eat, becoming aggressive or clingy, emotional breakdowns during or after the event, sleep disruption for days, these are all signs of sensory overload. But the key here is this: the meltdown isn't about the fireworks. It's about the nervous system that already was overwhelmed before the family even left the house. The fireworks were just the final straw. So why do some kids handle this just fine while others completely fall apart? Two kids eat the same popsicle. One is fine, the other spirals. Two kids watch the same fireworks. One loves it, and the other breaks down. The difference isn't just willpower. It isn't parenting. It's the nervous system. This is what we call the perfect storm: prenatal stress, birth trauma, and early childhood stressors that accumulate and disrupt neurological development from the very beginning. Difficult deliveries, early antibiotic use, chronic ear infections, colic, reflux, each of these layers can contribute to what we call subluxation, or neurological interference. That interference disrupts how the nervous system functions, regulates, and adapts. Over time, this leads to dysautonomia, an imbalance between the sympathetic gas pedal and the parasympathetic brake pedal, leaving a child without the neurological reserves to handle stressors that other kids can process with ease. And this is where the 4th of July becomes the perfect storm within the perfect storm. You've got Red 40 loaded snacks earlier in the day, fireworks at night, crowds and chaos between, and a child who started the day already running on a nervous system deficit. This is what we call a double assault. The chemical side, artificial dyes, disrupts the gut, triggers inflammation, and compromises the gut-brain axis. The sensory side floods the brainstem with more input than a dysregulated nervous system can process. And both of these hit the exact same system, the autonomic nervous system and the vagus nerve. When they hit at the same time, the combined effect is far greater than either one alone. That's why so many parents say their child is a completely different kid for days following the 4th of July. This isn't just a bad night. It's a nervous system stuck in prolonged recovery state. So what do we do about it? Yes, short-term strategies matter. Read labels and avoid red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6. Bring noise-canceling headphones. Have a quiet exit plan. Protect sleep as much as possible. But these strategies only manage the load. They don't fix the foundation. This is where things shift. With Insight scanning technology, looking at HRV, EMG, and thermal scans, we can actually measure how the nervous system is functioning. We can see where it's stuck in sympathetic overdrive, where the vagus nerve function is impaired, and where subluxation patterns are creating interference. Neurologically focused chiropractic care is not about chasing symptoms or curing conditions. It's about restoring regulation at the level that controls literally everything else. When the brake pedal starts working alongside the gas pedal again, everything begins to shift. Sleep improves, digestion improves, emotional regulation improves, sensory tolerance improves. We're not just helping kids cope with a dysregulated nervous system, we're helping regulate the nervous system itself. And when that foundation changes, everything built on top of it changes too. If this is connecting dots you've been trying to piece together for months or even years, I want you to hear this clearly. Your child is not too sensitive. Their nervous system is telling you exactly what it needs, and there is a path forward. It starts by getting an objective look at how their nervous system is actually functioning. Click the link in our bio, send us a DM, or schedule directly with the team here at Foundations. This 4th of July, your family deserves more than survival mode. You deserve answers and a real way forward.